Welcome back to Seriously Funny. I am your host, Mashnor Kabir, and I am a gamer. I just took my physics exam last night, which ended at 9 o'clock p.m. If you know me, you know that I go to bed at 9, so I'm still mentally recovering. And to be completely transparent, I want to play video games right now, and I'm probably going to let my laziness eat me and won't write a blog post today. Today's episode is going to be a quick one. I want to talk about some simple stuff, nothing crazy. My notes are going to be a lot more sparse, so I may stutter some more and come up with things as I speak. So if it's kind of all over the place, that's why. If the quality just isn't that great, my brain is still failing, and I have a math final in 2 days, so I'm not looking forward to that. But you know, it's gonna be a time. I think the title of this episode gives away what we're talking about. So topic one got you. We're gonna talk about college finals first, instead of cyberpunk, which we'll get to. But yeah, let's start talking about those college finals. So the first topic that comes to mind when you think about these college finals, of course, is stress, right? So I don't feel stress. It's just not a problem that I struggle with. It's just not something that I've ever had an issue with. Stress has never been a problem for me. Uh, I say never. Stress hasn't been a problem for me in 7 years, about. And so I don't get it. I don't understand how it happens. I don't understand how it affects people. Cortisol is weird. Doesn't make sense. Cortisol is the neurotransmitter related to stress. Um, and so a lot of people taking their college exams are like they feel stressed, right? They have to study. And I studied for like quite a few hours, days leading to my exam, and then on the day of the exam. And like I can understand why people would be stressed. I could get it. I was doing a lot, and it's like this is your last chance, like this is the last thing you can do for your grade. I don't know if college classes offer extra credit or something. I don't think so. Your finals in college, right? Like done is done. And so that's what you hear in high school, right? Everything's final in college. There's no fluff, and that was all a lie. The amount of busy work I've gotten this semester is crazy. Anyways, yeah, when you get to your finals, though, you kind of know your grade for the year. Professors often offer like a calculator that you can calculate your grade and what it's going to be with all the midterms, with all the finals, with all the weighting of the grades and assignments and all that stuff. And so, like, most students know what they need to get and what they want to get in order to get the grade they want to get. That was the most incohesive sentence I've ever spoken in my life. Most students know their grade in the class, and they know what grade they need to get on the final in order to get a B, a C, whatever they want to get for the class, like for their GPA and for their transcript by the time that they get to the final, right? And for some people, that raises their stress because like they need to get a 70 or something to make sure they don't fail the class. For some people, and like if you need to get a 70 and your average for the midterms is like 60 or 65, that's a little statistically you're not looking too hot, are you? But yeah, for some people that like could raise the stress because of the example I just gave. Like if you need to get a certain thing and you don't know if you can hit that, like it's just too hard or something that you're not normally getting. So it's not something like you need to do something more, which that exhibits that kind of tells you, frick man, words. Yeah, that kind of tells you like you need to do something more than what you have been doing, because maybe it's not your subject, and maybe you just aren't great at it. Like math isn't my subject, regardless of how much I like it, which I do like it. Math is just not my subject. But then there's a curve. I guess you can get lucky, but no one really bets on that. And for other people, it can really just calm them down, and they'll kind of just like lazy out, mellow out, because they only need to get like a 30% to get the grade they want in the class. They just want like a B, and they have a fair high B, and they're just like, all right, like they calculated it out, and it seems like if they get a 40 on the exam, like they'll be okay. And that a 40 is what, 540 for 8 questions. They need to get 8 out of 20 questions right. They can probably do that. So yeah, some people it'll calm them down, and for other people it'll stress them out knowing their grades. So I don't like look into my grades. That's just not something I do. I've never been like I'm gonna calculate my GPA and see what classes I'm gonna take like in high school. Uh, and now in college, it's not like I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna see all these credits and look at my GPA and blah 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 blah. Should I? Probably. Do I? No. Will I? Probably not. It's just not something I do. I just give what I can. I do my best, and I know that just due to my understanding of education and the system that we have, I can play it well enough to like pass. I'm not very intelligent. Uh, I'm pretty dumb, but I can pass, and I'm okay with passing. And I'm just like barely above average, so I'll take it. We're Gucci. Um, yeah, again with finals, like it's your last opportunity, right? So like for me to get an A in physics, like yesterday was my last shot to get an A in physics. I don't know what my grade is. Like I said, I don't look at that. But I don't know what I'd have to get. I'm assuming I'd probably have to get like a 90, 95 on my final in order for that to happen. To get an A, I think I'm at a B right now. And spoiler alert, I don't think it went too well. I don't think my grade is gonna be going up to an A. It was kind of funny while I was taking. I'm like, this is kind of hilarious, but it sucks. But like, it's crap, man. But like, we can talk about the detachment. So while I took the test, I was able to be detached. We talked about this last week. Took it one question at a time. Like I was able to do what I was able to do, and like I said, like I was able to laugh at myself because I was detached from myself. So like while I was taking the exam, I'm like, this is hilarious. Like look at me struggling. It's so funny. But even while I struggled, like I kept some sort of, I was calm, one question at a time, as I just said, and yeah, it was like I did the best I could, right? And you know, some people may believe I'm a god, and while that's flattering, some people may believe I'm not human, and while that's also flattering, who wants to be a meat sack? I am a human, crazy, but yeah, frick, I'm losing my train of thought here. Some people may think I'm a god. I'm not. Okay, so this is what I do when I lose my train of everything's falling apart. This is what I do when I lose my train of thought. I just rerun through it. It's fun when you're talking to me in real time and I do it. It's insane. This isn't just a podcast thing. But yeah, some people may think I'm great. I'm not some over like human genius cool guy. I'm just like you. We're the same. But yeah, took the exam one question at a time, best I could. But after the exam, knowing I probably didn't get the grade that I wanted, or would have preferred, that I hoped for, my apathy, I would say, kicked in. So I have a fair bit of detachment. Like, yeah, like it's not something I can't do. I'm pretty solid at it. But I also have a lot of apathy in over the past few years of my life. Like I've just had a lot of apathy. It's something that when you did the things that I did, you need it. Like it's something that is kind of required, and it's something that's going to form itself when you do the things, or yeah, do the things that I did. Don't do those things, and I'm not going to talk about them ever because I don't want to even put the thought in people's heads. But yeah, after I ate it on my exam, and I'm saying that preemptively, like there's a chance I get a 90 and I'm just like being pessimistic or something. I haven't gotten my score back yet. Regardless, my detachment had some issues with the acceptance and surrender part of the detachment that we talked about. And I noticed myself simply just like let go of any sort of sympathy for the grade. I was just like, whatever, it's done, it's over. No more F's given after I took the exam. Just like maybe as a defense mechanism to prepare myself for failing, whatever. But yeah, that could also be detachment, right? Because I did what I did and it's over. But that ruins my like point about being human. So we're not gonna say that. We're gonna go along and continue on with the idea and the belief that I'm a human being. Okay, we love our human beings. You guys seen the Dogi memes on Reddit? I'm not much of a meme guy, but I love those like Dogi things, like much wow. It's freaking cute and funny and great, dude. I wonder what this podcast is even gonna be. Like I have to cut out a fair bit of empty space because I don't know what I'm saying. I don't even know I'm talking right now. What time is it? It's like 9:42, and there's people in my house speaking, so I don't know how much of background noise will be audible. We'll see. It's all gonna be great. We're just getting this done, right? Maybe not the greatest of minds to have, and maybe I should have waited to record this on like Thursday or literally just Friday. I don't know, but here we are, keeping up with the schedule. I think this episode's gonna be fine. Anyways, Cyberpunk 2077. We should probably get to that. Yeah, this game, Cyberpunk 2077, is having some controversy right now. I think the stock dropped by like 30% for CD Projekt Red, like the day of launch. It was not great. And like this controversy is kind of to be anticipated. Like you can guess this, right? If you just understand people, you understand the market, and you understand these things, like you can take a like gander that this would happen. And so the hype for this game after its initial announcement in 2012, like it's been incredible. The game's gotten delayed many times, but it's still like people have been so excited, and everyone's heard about this thing, this game. Everyone's heard about it. And when people start imagining this game for the past 8 years, like they see excuse me, whoa, they see like one teaser, and then they see another teaser, and then they start just imagining this world and how they're gonna play and what it's gonna be like and what it's gonna like. They imagine a game that's not the actual game that's being created, right? So it's similar to when you see an attractive person or a person you're attracted to, and then like in your head you just create this enormous fantasy of your lives together, but the other person has no like say in that like fantasy in your mind. And so when you do get to know them and they don't fulfill like the role that you literally built for them, you feel disappointed and sad, and well, it's all your fault, because like what are you doing, you delusional weirdo? I've done it too, so like we're all guilty here. But I think a similar thing happened with this game. Everyone just expected something and they got something else. Not to say that what they got is horrible. It's just not what they anticipated or what they expected. And when you don't get what you expect, you usually don't have a good time. I remember the expectation days. I don't really have those anymore for most things in life. Yeah, expectations just do not work well for anything. And some people say that like this controversy and the criticisms that the developers are getting about the game, like that has merit, right? You waited 8 years to drop something, like it should be good, or why didn't you just like wait again? Well, why would you drop it when it's not ready? And let's then look at how people were sending the game developers death threats because they delayed the game 500 times, right? People are forcing the developers to go quicker and drop it quicker because they want to play this game they created in their head, and then they get mad when it has bugs. First of all, a game of that wide of scale, it's a huge game. Like it's a big map with a lot of details, like a ton of details. And when you have that much stuff, like bugs are going to happen. Unfortunately, like we all have flaws, right? Similarly, the game's probably gonna have some flaws, and so they're gonna fix it, right? Like they're gonna update the game. That's how games work. It gets updated. Crazy, I know, but like if the FPS games I played, because that's like mainly my territory, if Apex Legends never got an update, I don't know how long I would have played it. Titanfall 2, okay, Titanfall 2 I have played for a year after they stopped updating the game, so that one's different because Titanfall 2 is just a masterpiece. But, like when people give death threats to a company's developers and then get mad at the company's developers for a quote unfinished unquote game in their opinion, what do you say to that? Like come on, man. And we're gonna get about the game being unfinished. So I run the game on my laptop, which is running an Intel Core i7 8750H chip, clocked at 2.2 gigahertz. I don't know what that means, like the gigahertz thing. Someone does, and someone might care, but there you go. There's like the specs right there. 8750 means 8th generation Core i7. And then the graphics card, I have an NVIDIA RTX 2070 Max Q in my laptop. It's a Max Q, so RTX 2070 should be performing better. 16 gigabytes of RAM, and I play the game on a 1080p 144 hertz external monitor. And my game settings on the graphics are basically nearly all maxed out, RTX on, DLSS on, balanced. Uh, and I like the only thing I turned off is like motion blur because I don't like it in games, and I turned down the fog settings because I didn't care and it gave me some frames. Uh, and I don't know what my frame numbers are exactly. However, the game runs completely smooth. Like very rarely will I have a stutter or a bug, and if I do, I feel like it's my Wi-Fi or something. Maybe Wi-Fi wouldn't matter. It's a single player game. Yeah, every very rarely do I get stutters in the game or something. Just my screen just dies. But yeah, it's a single player game, so for me, I think graphics matter a lot more than frames. Like I'm not there to play frame rates. I'm playing against effing bots, right? And so, if the game runs smooth enough, like I don't care. I want it to look good because I'm there to single player just experience the game. I'm there for myself. If I'm playing Apex, if I'm playing Rainbow, then I would prefer like a 80 to 100 average FPS. Apex doesn't give me that; it gives me like 60. Rainbow does give me like 80, 80, 90, every now and then 100. But yeah, Apex, for some reason, man, that game is just like inhales your frames. Like it just murders your graphics card. I don't know why. Like, I don't know what Apex is doing. I feel like Rainbow's so much more detailed. Apex is a bunch of effing cartoon characters. But whatever. Anyways, I've only played the game for like a few hours, maybe like two, Cyberpunk. And I love it. I think it's awesome. I think I need to understand it though. Like the few parts that I could say like I don't like this. It's really just like game mechanics that I'm just not used to because I'm not normally an RPG player. Like I'm an FPS dude, and that's a simple game, right? You get a gun go brrr, like pointed heads, right? That's all I do. Like I'm a mindless, just I know how to shoot and kill people. Like should I say that? I know how to like beat. I know how to win a game when it's just a matter of points and who can get the most points. In terms of like RPGs, which I mean, I've played Genshin Impact recently for a while now. Since it's launched, I pre-ordered it, so I got it a day early, and I've played that game, and that's like the only RPG I've like played in the long term. I played Dauntless for a few, like probably 3 4 hours with a buddy of mine once, but I didn't stay on it. Yeah, so Genshin Impact is really the only RPG I played, and so you have to understand like Cyberpunk 2077 is an RPG game. Like that's the genre it's falling under, role playing. And so the mechanics in an RPG game are really complicated, especially when you first start one up. It's yeah, it's really hard to get used to. It's really hard to learn. But when you do learn it, when you do kind of get like what's happening, what to do, and they don't hold your hand very much in the game, like you can figure it out. Then it becomes great. So Genshin became a lot more fun for me when I like started learning like what the crap do all these random things do? They just looked like colorful flowers to me. And I'm like, oh, the flower like gives you this and it does this and this is what you should look for when you like equip one. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. And so, I'm gonna learn that with Cyberpunk hopefully, and it's gonna go great. And then you also have to like, you have to make sure you get money in Cyberpunk. You have to make sure you do things that like you can progress and traverse the game. And so like people that are just like, oh, this is just a simple story game like Infamous on the PlayStation, which amazing, Infamous. Oh my god! And if climbing in this game in Cyberpunk was like Infamous, everything would add everything. Anyways, but yeah, so in an RPG, it's just getting used to stuff is a challenge, and so that's like maybe there's probably a lot of people that don't know what an RPG is. They're trying to just like rush through the story because they think it's just a story game, and then like they have no money, they're unable to do a bunch of things in the story just because like they don't have enough stuff and they haven't progressed themselves and they haven't like played the RPG game, and yeah, that causes quite the issue there. And so all the stats, all the branches, this, that, and yeah, a lot of stuff to learn. But I think the game's, for me, it has been awesome. Again, only 2 hours, and I'm so impressed already. Like my first hour of playing the game, I was like, I'm gonna grind the crap out of this when my exams end. I knew that, and I pre-ordered the game. I think it was a good pre-order. I thought about it really hard, and I was like, yeah, it's good. I think I did good. RTX on a beautiful game, beautiful game. But yeah, I have a hypothesis for the amount of hate we're seeing. When you look at people talking about the game, and if they love it or they hate it. If you look at reviews, it's really skewed mostly between 1 stars and 5 stars. Like people either love the game or hate the game, it seems. And the reason, I think, is expectation causes people to give the 1 star. As for like the stock price dropping, like that sucks. First of all, I don't think it should happen. I think they did good and it's a good game. It's probably like the people that love the game in silence, right? I mean, I'm talking about it right now. I'm speaking out with my voice with as much as I can. Maybe I'll go tweet to my like 5 followers. I don't know, dude. But you know, we love the game in silence. And the people that have problems with the game, they're mad. And anger is, you know, literally just fight or flight hormones. Like it literally just makes you act or not act. I guess you run. No, it makes you act. Like it'll make you run or fight. Anyways, yeah, like anger makes people, like it pushes people to action. It's like anger is a galvanizing thing. And so the way that they act is, you know, through their keyboard, and you know they get their effing mechanical keyboards, or they're probably, if they're giving it a 1 star, they're definitely like never played an RPG. These people have some like rubber dome keyboards. You know, they're effing losers because mechanical keyboards are superior. That's a fact. Keyboard supremacy. I like that. Yeah, mechanical keyboard. Get a mechanical keyboard. And when you touch one, you will hate every other keyboard you ever touch, which is a problem. So maybe you want to stay human. You know, it's like being an arahant versus being a Buddha. So, yeah, I don't know. Arahants are cool. I like that. Buddha's pretty great, but arahants are dope, respectable people. Anyways, we can get into what that means. You can Google it. Anyways, yeah, right. So you go to Twitter and start complaining. That's what these keyboard warriors do when they're mad about the game. And that's what people see, right? So you go on there, on these forums, on these posts, on these threads, and they're all about complaints, complaints, complaints. And then the other angry people that are having a similar issue, because again, games have bugs, upvote, you know, retweet, blah, 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 whatever the systems do. And then, like, that's what people see. No, and like, people, and the people that do speak out like me and say, hey, I like the game, I like, hey, maybe it's an unpopular opinion, but I think the game is great, gets a lot of upvotes as well. And just because a lot of people probably are enjoying the game, but they're so busy enjoying the game, they're not going to go on their keyboard on Twitter and say I like the game, because they're playing it, because that's RPGs are like really like long term, like a lot of time games. But yeah, I think the game is incredible. I think it's awesome. I have barely played the story, and I think I'm going to grind myself, make myself a little OP for the story. I like doing that. And so, yeah, for people that like RPGs, are willing to get into the world and learn how to do the RPG thing, you know, Night City's awesome. Again, it's really, really, really complicated, and playing the story without knowing how RPGs work, like, you may not enjoy the game very much. But, you know, yeah, I think it's great. Again, if you're not an RPG guy, like, I know one person who may be listening to this right now. Little Brody, if you are listening to this, I don't think you're an RPG player. You might not like the game as much as you may think you'd like the game. So when this episode comes out, you'll be getting a text, and you know who you are. I'm thinking about you. Yeah, I'm looking at you. I'm talking to you right now. Anyways, anyone else though, like if you're an FPS player like I am, and RPGs are just like weird, boring, and too confusing, and just too much of a time commitment to like learn, because you just want to like click heads. Like, all right, GG, like go play Titanfall 2 and like start protesting Respawn for Titanfall 3. Like, go raid their office. I don't know. Don't do that. Don't do that. Respawn's good. They're great. They're doing great work. We can only hope and pray that they're capping about their TF3, but we'll see what happens. Yeah. I said this was gonna be short, but I actually made quite a lot of time here. And I'm gonna cut so much of it out. Like, what's gonna happen? Hopefully, crap, man. Yeah, I talked a lot about these things. Maybe this non-scripted format is cool. Yeah, what do the listeners here think about that? So I surprisingly get like 20 plays per episode. That's not counting YouTube. YouTube doesn't get that many, so I don't really need to. But yeah, there's a fair amount of people listening. I think that's awesome. Yeah, I love to see it. I hope you guys are enjoying it, and maybe you like this, maybe you like the scripted ones more. Maybe I'm just getting more used to talking. That said, I guess I kind of knew what I was going to say for the whole cyberpunk thing before I said it. Like, I thought about that. But yeah, in summary, college sucks. After this episode is edited and posted, I'm going to go play video games. First, I'm going to play Genshin, then I'm going to go into Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk is great. If you like RPGs, please stop hating. Just play the game. If you don't want to play the game, don't buy the game just because it's hyped. Live your life. If it's a game that you enjoy, you play it. If it's a game that you won't enjoy, don't play it. Expectations are bad for your health. We learned that, and next week we're going to talk about I have no idea, but you should be excited. I might be taking a break from the blog for a bit and write a more fleshed out like story that came to my mind, and so that may be fun, and I'll probably read it here on the podcast when that gets done. But thank you for listening to this actually longer compared to the recent ones. I've really just been hitting 20. Fairly 6 more minutes, man. It's not longer. 7 more minutes, I guess. It'll be 6. I'm gonna cut a bunch of white space out. But yeah, thank you for listening to this episode of Seriously Funny. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it was entertaining. I hope it was good background noise. Since I'm so tired, I wasn't able to raise my voice. So soothing wise, this episode was probably pretty soothing to the ears. You got to hear the nice ras, the nice gravel. So hopefully you enjoyed that. If this is just background noise for you, then hopefully it was good background noise. Put it on repeat. Give me some money. I don't know. But yeah, thank you for listening. Maybe give this episode a share. I don't know, man. That's your call, right? Give it a like on whatever you're listening to. That is something you should definitely do, though. I don't think there's like systems for most podcast platforms. So if you can't do that, you can't do that. Rate the entire podcast. Just give me a 5-star. Don't give me a 1. Give me a 5. We're better than Cyberpunk. We're for everyone here. I don't know what my target audience is. I should maybe figure that out. Thanks for listening. I will see you next week we will see when that happens. I have 2 exams, and so I probably won't be thinking too much about podcast topics, but I'll come on here, and we're going to talk about something, and it's going to be great. So until then, peace.